Hello there. Welcome to my views and news. This video is not for creating panic. Rather, we have received some information which we want to share with you because people are worried. Earthquakes happening almost on daily basis in Addis Ababa, in Afar region, in Amhara region. Last night too, there were earthquake tremors felt in Addis Ababa. An expert has warned about the possibility, the probability of a high magnitude earthquake in coming days. Let's start with firstly those who are in Ethiopia and those who have their relatives and families in Ethiopia, especially in Addis Ababa, know that for the last few days, earthquakes have been happening almost on daily basis. Writing articles on that on newsedis.com, trying to keep people updated. When earthquakes started a few days ago, the magnitude was around 4.1, 4.2 was the starting magnitude. And the expert who I'm talking about predicted these earthquakes very accurately. Though it's always difficult to make a prediction about earthquakes, but that man predicted earthquakes sometimes a few hours, 2 hours, 3 hours before the actual earthquakes. He monitors the movement of ground. He takes into account several factors, and then he draws his conclusion. And he predicted that the magnitude will rise, the intensity will increase. It started from around 4 point something, but last night's earthquake was the strongest felt in Addis Ababa in decades. 5.8 magnitude earthquake was felt in Addis Ababa last night. People came out of their homes. In Afar region, we are receiving reports from there that people are being displaced and thousands are leaving. In Amhara region too, last night tremors of the earthquake were felt. But what is alarming is that firstly, government government sources, government officials, experts are not listening to the warnings of some experts who are predicting a deadly earthquake in and around Addis Ababa in coming days. If you watch government media, they're either not covering the earthquake or they're saying it's normal, it happens, nothing big, no need to panic. Earthquakes happen everywhere in the world. Aftershocks also happen, so people should not panic. But the expert who is based in Canada has warned that Ethiopia could witness a 6.4 magnitude earthquake in coming days. 6.4. Last night's earthquake was 5.8 magnitude, and people in Addis Ababa really felt the tremors. If it rises to 6.4, you can imagine, God forbid, the destruction in and around Addis Ababa. Now, how is he able to make predictions? Definitely, predictions are only predictions, but he has a complex way of reaching some conclusions. He's warning about two things. Firstly, he said that the ground is vulnerable to movement. That is why you could see more movement of Earth, and the quake prone ground could move in coming days, and that could lead to another massive earthquake. Secondly, he warned about the types of buildings which are being built in Addis Ababa. Not in Addis Ababa, but in other parts as well, that if, God forbid, if any major deadly earthquake happens, that could lead to serious damage. Why? Because the buildings are not resistant to any strong, high magnitude earthquake. Well, it's time not to panic, but people cannot do obviously a lot when it comes to protecting themselves. They can only uh, defend themselves, protect themselves, and sometimes even that is not possible because earthquakes sometimes happen at night when people are sleeping. That's what happened last night too. But I think the government should uh, take these earthquakes seriously. Earthquakes happen everywhere. I believe that Western experts should be engaged. Ethiopian experts should also take the earthquakes in Addis Ababa, surrounding area seriously, because magnitude is rising from 4.5 to 5.8 in just uh, 10 days. We are seeing now, people living in condominiums in Addis Ababa say that they really felt the tremors. And we are receiving pictures from a far region showing the cracks in roads because of the quake. And some volcanoes have also erupted. And if earthquakes increase in the same area, again and again we see earthquakes and magnitude rises, that could lead to eruption of volcanoes as well. That is what happened in one case, I think, in a far region of Ethiopia. But it seems government has no plan to educate people. Government is trying to ignore the gravity of the situation. It's not that a deadly earthquake is about to hit Addis Ababa, but at least preparations should be made. Preparations are always made in advance. Earthquake preparations cannot be made after the quake. I am monitoring that experts' predictions and some other international sources too, which are covering the ongoing earthquakes in Ethiopia. If there are any updates, I'll do a video. Thanks for watching.